Rangers look set to have another new signing on the way, and the club are still expecting to complete 3 to 5 more deals. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers have made huge progress today in the transfer window, with the club now reaching an agreement in principle to bring PSV Eindhoven winger Kohib Driewiec to Ibrox. The 24-year-old is expected to cost Rangers around £6.5 million, and if everything goes to plan, he will become the latest addition to Derek McInnes' squad. But while Driewiec is obviously the headline here, there is a much bigger reason why Rangers supporters should be paying attention to this deal, because this could be another indication that Rangers are nowhere near finished in the transfer market. Driewiec arrives with some serious experience behind him. He has scored 12 goals and provided 10 assists in 61 appearances for PSV, including 3 goals in the Champions League last season. And Rangers have managed to beat off competition for his signature, with both Burnley and Celta Vigo having shown an interest in the winger. So this isn't simply a case of Rangers adding another player to the squad. They've gone out and beaten Premier League and La Liga competition to get their man. But perhaps the most intriguing part of this story comes from what Andrew Kavanagh revealed at Rangers' shareholder meeting. The chairman confirmed that the club are looking to bring in between 3 and 5 more players before the end of the window. And if Driewiec is one of those players, that potentially leaves Rangers with several more deals still to come. The priority now appears to be strengthening the defence. Rangers have already held initial talks over Aston Villa right-back Kosta Nedeljkovic, while there have also been discussions regarding former Hearts left-back James Penrice, who is currently with AEK in Greece, so there could be significant movement still to come at both ends of the squad. Rangers have already brought in 9 players this summer, with Lawrence Shankland, Cammy Devlin, and Ross McCrory among the most recognisable additions. They've also looked beyond the UK market, bringing in Vanja Dragojevic from Partizan Belgrade, Olwetu Makanya from MLS, and Daisuke Yokota from Hannover 96. And now, Driewiec looks set to become number 10. But it won't just be about incomings, there are expected to be departures as well, with Mohamed Diomande potentially becoming the first major outgoing. Sky Sports News are reporting that Turkish side Korum FK are set to sign the midfielder for around £4.5 million. So Rangers could be heading into a very busy final stretch of the transfer window. A new winger looks to be on his way. The club have openly admitted they want another 3 to 5 players. There are already discussions over defensive targets. And with players potentially heading out of Ibrox as well, there could be plenty more twists before the Scottish transfer deadline on September 3rd. For Rangers supporters, the Driewiec deal might therefore be much more significant than it first appears, because this could be the next piece of a much bigger rebuild under Derek McInnes. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. There has been a major twist in the future of Yusef Shamiti, with the Rangers striker attracting serious interest from Galatasaray. Galatasaray made their move over the weekend, submitting a £22 million offer for the 22-year-old forward. That proposal was immediately rejected by Rangers, with the club making it clear that they were not prepared to simply cash in on one of their most valuable assets. The Turkish side's opening bid would have smashed Rangers' existing record transfer sale, which was set when Calvin Bassey left Ibrox for Ajax in 2022 for around £20 million. And that tells you just how significant this situation has become. Derek McInnes has already publicly backed the decision to reject the offer, making it clear that he is delighted Rangers stood firm and kept hold of Shamiti. But this is where things get particularly interesting. Reports coming out of Turkey have suggested that Rangers are demanding a staggering £34 million package before they would even consider allowing Shamiti to leave. However, the latest information suggests the actual figure Rangers would realistically consider is closer to £30 million. That is still an enormous amount of money for Rangers, and it creates a fascinating situation for the club, because while Rangers appear to be holding out for a huge fee, Galatasaray currently aren't willing to meet it. Sources close to the Turkish club have indicated that their valuation of Shamiti is capped at around €25 million, which works out at roughly £22 million. And crucially, they have no immediate plans to return with an improved offer. So, for the time being, the situation is completely stalled. Galatasaray have made their position clear. Rangers have made theirs clear. And Shamiti remains a Rangers player. But that doesn't necessarily mean this story is over. In fact, it could be anything but. Galatasaray had already identified Shamiti as one of several options earlier in the summer, but their interest has now clearly escalated to the point where they were prepared to put a major offer on the table. That means there is still every possibility they reconsider their position and come back with an improved proposal. And if they do, Rangers could suddenly be faced with a huge decision. Would they really turn down £30 million for a striker who has become one of the club's most valuable assets? From a footballing perspective, McInnes will obviously want to keep Shamiti. The striker is a player Rangers will believe can continue to develop and become hugely important to the team. But from a financial perspective, £30 million would represent an extraordinary return. It would completely rewrite Rangers' record for a player sale and provide the club with significant funds to reinvest elsewhere in the squad. And that is perhaps the biggest reason this situation is worth watching. Rangers cannot afford to make the same mistake they have made in the past by holding on to a player when his value is at its peak, only for that valuation to drop later. Alfredo Morelos is the obvious example. So while Rangers are absolutely right to reject a £22 million bid if they believe Shamiti is worth considerably more, the situation could change dramatically if Galatasaray decide to push towards that £30 million mark. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.